my name is Jeannie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a review on the new Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Concealer. I have the shades 10 and 13. If you guys are interested in seeing how those shades look on my complexion and my overall thoughts, then keep on watching. But before you do that, please like and subscribe. And when the video is over, let me know what you think about the concealers in the comments down below. And with that being said, let's hop right into the video. Okay guys, let me give you some specs about these yummy concealers. This is shade 10 and this is the packaging. I really love this bronze theme that she's going with. It's so cute. It's very pretty. It's just like, it's giving a little bit of regal. That's how I feel whenever I see her products. I just love this bronze packaging. This is how the color 13 looks. It is with that same beautiful bronze packaging. Okay guys, let's get into some specs about the concealer. So this is the full name of it. It is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Hydrating Concealer with Hyaluronic Acid and Caffeine. That is a very long title, but these companies want to let us know exactly what the product is supposed to do and what it has in it. So you can already tell just from the title that it's supposed to be hydrating and that it has hyaluronic acid and caffeine, and it's supposed to be like a flexible type of concealer. What it is a medium to full coverage, skin loving all over face concealer packed with 9 plant powered ingredients plus hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. The coverage is supposed to be medium, the finish is natural, and the formulation is liquid. One of the highlighted ingredients is caffeine, and it's supposed to make your skin appear brighter and tighter. This is a serum hybrid complexion improving formula that flexes and moves with your skin. It visibly smooths and corrects all areas of the face with a soft matte finish. Oh, okay, so it has a soft matte finish. When I read before, it said the finish was natural, but it says soft matte. So I guess we'll see which one I feel like it's leaning towards more. Okay, that sounds like all good stuff. And you know me, I love a good concealer. Like, I know I'm starting with foundation on and that's it, but like clearly you can still see my problem area, my under eye dark circles. So I definitely like to cover those up when I do my makeup, and a good concealer is really important to me. And since I love Danessa Myricks products, when I saw she came out with a concealer, I was like, duh, I have to try this. Like, what do you mean? I have high hopes for these concealers because her other products are amazing. So I hope these are also amazing as well, and something that I could just add to my overall makeup routine. Okay, now that we've gone over the specs about the concealer and how to use it, let us try these shades. I'm gonna start with shade 13, and shade 13 is tan with warm undertones. On Sephora, it says that these concealers are only available online. That can be a little bit more tricky to find your correct shade, but when I was looking online, 13 seemed like it would be a good match. Like, it does look slightly yellow, which I'm kind of concerned. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned with it being a little bit yellowy, but I guess we'll see how it actually looks on my skin. You guys see what I'm working with already. These are my dark circles, and I'm going to just apply some under the eye. Okay. In person, to me, it definitely looks a little bit more of like an orangey yellowish color. The consistency is like nice and creamy, not too liquidy. You know, it is a liquid formula, but it's like one of those slightly thicker liquids. It's not as thick as like your MAC Pro Longwear or, you know, the Pat McGrath Sublime Concealer, which is one of my favorites. But it's definitely thicker than like one of those liquidy concealers, so that's good already. I'm gonna use this sponge to blend it out. Didn't really let the concealer sit for that long because honestly, sometimes I don't have time to sit for that long and let it wait. Like if I'm going to work or something, or I need to be out of the house, sometimes I like to see how a concealer can just blend out, like, you know, almost immediately. You know, when I have time and I'm really doing like a full beat, like I will let it sit for a little bit longer because I know that's how you get the best coverage. But I do like to see how it just looks like on initially blending it. So let's see. So I think it looks really good. I'm really liking how it covered my under eye circles. Like you see the difference between here and here. It's quite a difference, and I think it did a really good job at like neutralizing those dark circles. At first I was concerned about the orangey yellow color because I don't like my complexion to come off too yellow when I'm finished with all of my makeup, because I feel like I'm more leaning towards like a neutral kind of tone. So I was concerned about that, but when I look at it, I'm like, no, it kind of really goes amazing with the rest of my complexion. It melts in really nicely to the foundation that I'm already wearing, and I think it looks really good. So let's see how it looks on the other eye. For the other eye, I'm going to use a different tool to apply it. For the other eye, I'm going to use this tool. This is a 242 brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to use the same color and just apply it the same way, but I'm going to blend it out with the 242 brush just to see if there's a difference in coverage, because I know some people only use brushes. So I just want to show you guys both ways, because we all know how beauty blenders like to soak up product. So let's put about the same amount. So I'm gonna go in and blend it out. Ooh. I feel like it's like definitely maintaining more coverage, and it looks really nice. So it's crazy because I always like using the Beauty Blender just because it's easier, and I feel like I get a seamless blend without it taking a long time. Like the Beauty Blender is like 1, 2, 3. And the brush definitely takes a lot more patience and precision, a little bit more skill, you know what I mean, on a daily basis to use. And you just have to be careful about the way you blend it out. And honestly, every time I use a brush, I'm like, wow, you get so much more coverage. But you do. It's really true, because like same concealer, I put about the same amount, but like this side you can see like definitely has more coverage than this side. I don't know if you guys can really see on camera, but this side is definitely more covered than this side. You definitely get a lot more coverage on this side with the brush, but either side is pretty good. I think if you want to use a Beauty Blender, maybe just put a little bit more product so the Beauty Blender is not soaking up everything that you put under your eye. But honestly, both sides have a really good coverage, and it feels really nice and hydrating. Like it said that it had hyaluronic acid, and I definitely feel like my under eyes still look moisturized, which is really important for me because, you know, as you get older, your under eyes start to get a little bit more dry and creasy, especially when you powder down. So I'm excited to see how it's gonna look when I powder down, because it already looks amazing. So I'm just gonna apply some more concealer on the other areas that I normally would to my face. I'm gonna do my chin and, you know, my mustache and like on my forehead. So let's do that before we apply the rest of the concealer. So I'm just gonna use my Beauty Blender to blend this out. So this is how my whole face looks with 13 all over my face. So I basically put it under my eyes, chin, you know, T-zone area, and this is how it looks applied to all of those places. And I think that it looks really good, and the areas that needed the most coverage definitely have coverage, like under my eyes. I think it looks really good, and I think that it blended in really well to the foundation that I had on my face. For reference, I am wearing the shade 420 in the Fenty Soft Lit foundation, so it works really well with this, which is like another type of luminous foundation. So now it's time for the highlighting shade, and I chose shade 10. Yeah, it's pretty light. Honestly, on the website, I thought this was like more of a tannish like color, but it looks like it might be kind of white on me, but I guess let's see how it looks as a highlighting shade. Yeah. It is pretty bright for a highlight shade for me. If anything, I probably would mix this with a 13 like on a regular basis, but for today I'm just gonna apply it how I normally would. And I'm applying just a little bit less than I did of the other concealer because it is a really bright highlighting shade. So let's see how that looks. I don't know if it's gonna mess everything up because it is so bright, but hopefully it still blends in really nicely with the concealer that I have under it. So this is how the highlighted shade looks blended out with the Beauty Blender, and I think it looks pretty good. I was actually quite afraid of this shade because I'm like, this is a little bit brighter than I feel like I typically go for my highlighted shades. Like, it's like one shade lighter than I would normally do. I'd usually go like probably one shade below there, but like I said, it's hard to find the correct shade online. But actually, like, I really like this as a highlight shade. It's not as stark bright as I thought it was gonna be. It looks way better, and it like blends into my complexion better than I thought it would, and just providing like that nice little pop of brightness under my eyes. I think it looks really good. Let me give you guys a close-up. So I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but I definitely see a difference. Like, this side is nicely, you know, snatched and lifted, brightened, and this side is well covered, but it just doesn't have that like pop of brightness. But I think it did a really good job on this side of like giving me that brightened under eye. So I'm gonna apply some to this side, but this time I'm gonna use that 242 brush from Real Techniques. So let's see how it looks on that side. So this is how both of the sides look. This is with the brush and this is with the Beauty Blender. Of course, like I said earlier, I'm getting better coverage on this side because I'm using a brush, and the brush just doesn't soak up as much product. It's definitely buildable. I think you can definitely build this to like a light full coverage. So I really love that, because I love a high coverage concealer, but I don't like that cakey look that you get with a lot of high coverage concealers. So I feel like this is a really good option. So I'm really impressed so far. I'm gonna apply the highlighted shades to the same areas in my T-zone that I did before, and I'm gonna come back and show you guys what that looks like. This is how everything looks with the concealer in the highlighted places and under my eyes. I think it looks really good all over my face. I think that it has really nice coverage, but I want to see how it sets. Now it's time to set, so I'm going to use my powder from One Size, and this is in the color Rich Peach. So this is how it looks set with the powder. This is how it looks with everything set, and I think it looks really nice. I think I look really well balanced out with this concealer. I think it did a nice job of just covering the dark circles with the first skin tone color, and then it did a really nice job of highlighting with the highlight color. So now I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face. I'm gonna put on my bronzing powder, some mascara, some liner, and lipstick or lip gloss. Nothing serious, just something to finish off the rest of the face, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, so I'm back and I finished the rest of my base makeup. I put a little liner, a little lippy on, a little mascara on, and I'm finished. This is what everything looks like all together. Let me give you guys one more close-up. I think my under eyes look really good. I think it's a nice medium buildable concealer that has a nice moisturizing, hydrating feeling to it. I'm gonna have to see how the concealer lasts under my eyes all day. My first impressions are that the concealer has a really good coverage and a really nice finish. I really like the shades 10 and 13 that I got. So 13 is a really nice skin tone concealer, so if I don't want to highlight, that is like a perfect spot on match for me, and it really does a nice job of like correcting some of that darkness under my eye. It's like, you know, normally how you put on a color corrector if you want your makeup to be like absolutely amazing. I feel like because of the color that it was, like that orangey yellow color, I think it also like neutralized some of the darkness under my eye, so that's really nice. Kind of like a 2-in-1. I was kind of afraid because I was like, this is gonna come off way too yellow, but honestly when you blend it out, it's like the perfect color, at least for my complexion. So I really love that shade. And the highlight shade, I thought it was gonna be too light, but 10 is actually a really nice highlight shade. It gave the right amount of brightness, and I felt like the concealer set really well with my powder. I'll update you guys in the comments if I notice any changes with the concealer as I wear it throughout the day. Overall, I really like this concealer. I can see this being really good for every day. Now, for my glam days, I might still reach for my Pat McGrath just because it is that super thick, but for like everyday natural soft glam, I feel like this is really pretty. I think if you have like more mature under eyes, you might like this because I am starting to notice that I have a little bit more lines every day. I guess that just happens when you get older, but I feel like this concealer sets really nice on top of them, and I haven't noticed any more creasing than I would with other concealers. So I'm gonna update you guys in the comments and let you know if I experience anything else. If you guys are in the market for a new concealer and you love Danessa Myricks products, I think that you're really gonna enjoy this concealer as well. That's pretty much it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this concealer in the comments down below. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.